Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we sift through the noise to bring you the signal. Today, we're tackling, well, a real heavyweight in the viral skincare world. It's a product making some truly extraordinary claims. Our mission for you, to cut straight through that marketing dazzle, get to the actual science, and help you understand what's really going on when products promise the moon. We're looking at a Korean skincare product today. It's called Dr. Melaxin Calcium Multi Balm. And it's popped up on our radar, partly thanks to the Savage Reviews YouTube channel, because of one, let's say, head-spinning claim. It literally says it can rebuild your under-eye bone structure. Yes, you heard that right. Rebuild bone with a balm.
It is an incredibly bold statement, isn't it? And what's really interesting from our perspective isn't just the claim itself, but how they say it works, the mechanism. So we're going to unpack this whole thing, the patented technology, the ingredients list, figure out what, if anything, holds up, and importantly, what it means for you when you're deciding what to buy.
Right. So settle in. We're about to dive deep into this fascinating, sometimes baffling world where skincare innovation meets some pretty wild marketing. You might just find yourself questioning a lot about what a tiny little balm stick can actually do. Okay, let's start with that central claim, the really big one. This Dr. Melaxin Calcium Multi Balm. It's a small stick, 9 grams, yeah, and it costs more than a lot of serums. And it explicitly claims to rebuild your under-eye bone structure. It says it does this by pumping calcium directly into your face using something called ruboric technology.
That's right. And this ruboric technology, it's described as, a patented ingredient complex.
Yeah.
Apparently, it combines vitamin D with calcium. And the idea, according to the marketing, is this boosts absorption and get this locks collagen into your under-eye bones. The imagery they use is quite something. Your face is a construction site, calcium is the cement. And the promise isn't just repair, but preventing collagen loss by, strengthening the bone itself.
Wow. Okay, so a tiny stick balm acting like a construction crew for your face. Pouring cement, locking in collagen. It sounds incredibly advanced, almost futuristic, doesn't it? But I guess the immediate question for our listeners has to be, how does that actually line up with, well, human biology?
Precisely. And this is where we hit that fundamental reality check. This whole concept they're presenting that your facial bones are like, crumbling scaffolding, just waiting for a topical calcium rescue mission. It's just fundamentally at odds with how dermatology and bone biology actually function. Your skin, you see, is an amazing barrier. It's designed primarily to keep things out. It's not really a porous membrane for delivering things like calcium directly to your bones underneath.
Okay, so it's not just a slight exaggeration. It sounds like a complete misrepresentation of how our bodies work. So what is the actual process for bone maintenance, the one this balm seems to think it can bypass?
Right, it's a crucial distinction.
Yeah.
Bone remodeling, that's the process of breaking down old bone, building new bone. It's complex, it's systemic, it involves specialized cells, osteoclasts breaking down, osteoblasts building up. And this whole dance is tightly regulated by hormones, parathyroid hormone, calcitonin, and it relies on nutrients getting into your system, mainly through digestion and your bloodstream. Putting calcium on your skin, topically, it just can't get through the skin's outer layer, the stratum corneum, effectively, let alone penetrate all the way down to the bone matrix to somehow start rebuilding it. Trying to rebuild bone by rubbing calcium on your face is, well, it's kind of like trying to water a plant's roots by sprinkling water on its leaves. It just misunderstands the whole system.
That's a great analogy. It really highlights the gap there. So despite the mad scientist fever dream marketing, as the review called it, our bones aren't actually waiting for some kind of geological reinforcement from a stick balm.
Exactly. The whole system for maintaining bone density and structure is way more complex and internal than that. Topical application just isn't part of that equation for bone building.
Okay, so bone rebuilding, pretty much off the table. Let's pivot to the other big claim, preventing collagen loss. Now, this is where it gets really interesting for a lot of people because collagen is super important for skin, right? We all know that.
Yeah.
And the product claims to help stop you losing it. Plus, collagen supplements are everywhere.
Oh, absolutely. Collagen is vital. It's the main structural protein in our body, skin, bones, tendons, you name it. And connecting this to the bigger picture, there is definitely solid clinical research, good studies, showing that oral collagen supplements can make a difference. They can improve skin hydration, elasticity, even texture. Studies show results like fewer wrinkles, better moisture when people take certain types internally for, several months.
Right. Okay. And that sounds promising. Easy to see how you might connect that to a topical product claiming collagen benefits. But this Dr. Melaxin thing is a balm. You rub it on. So the proven benefits you're talking about, those are for internal use, working from the inside out, not from rubbing something on your skin to affect bone structure, which we already kind of debunked.
Precisely. And that is such a crucial distinction. It gets blurred so often in marketing copy. When we talk about oral collagen supplements working, we usually mean hydrolyzed collagen peptides. So these are collagen proteins broken down into really small bits that your body can actually absorb. You ingest them, they get absorbed in your gut, travel through your bloodstream, and they don't magically reassemble into collagen in your skin. What they do is act like signals. They basically tell your skin cells, the fibroblasts in the dermis, hey, make more of our own collagen and elastin and hyaluronic acid. So it's stimulating your body's natural processes, not just depositing external collagen.
Gotcha. So it's like sending a message to the factory, not delivering the finished product.
Mm.
But what about collagen in creams or balms then? Topical collagen, did that work the same way?
Well, that's the challenge. Topical collagen, especially intact collagen molecules, they're just too big. The molecular size is way too large to effectively penetrate the skin's outer barrier. Now, maybe some hydrolyzed bits might sit on the surface and hydrate a little, act as a humectant, but they really can't get down deep into the dermis to stimulate those fibroblasts like the oral peptides can. So yeah, collagen's fundamental, but how you deliver it makes a huge difference to whether it can actually do anything significant for skin structure. And a balm definitely cannot lock collagen into your bones. That's just biologically not feasible.
Okay, so bone rebuilding is fantasy land. Collagen claims are, let's say, misrepresented regarding how it works. Is there anything genuinely good about this Dr. Melaxin balm then? Or is it all smoke and mirrors?
Surprisingly, yes. If you sort of peel back those really extravagant claims, the product itself does have some decent ingredients.
Yeah.
Genuinely good stuff. We're talking things like macadamia seed oil, shea butter, hyaluronic acid, and these aren't just fillers, they're well-known, proven ingredients in skincare. Macadamia oil, for instance, is rich in fatty acids, great emollients, really softens the skin. Shea butter, fantastic. It's an occlusive, an emollient, helps seal in moisture, nourishes the skin barrier.
And hyaluronic acid is a big one everyone knows.
Absolutely. It's a powerhouse humectant, pulls moisture into the skin depending on the molecular weight. It can hydrate the surface, maybe even a bit deeper. So these ingredients, they're great for hydration, for supporting the skin barrier, making skin look smoother, plumper. So while the whole calcium bone thing ventures into, fantasy territory, the actual hydrating components in the balm, they're pretty solid. They will benefit your skin on a surface level. And apparently, users do say the texture is nice, melts in, isn't sticky. That's a plus for user experience too.
Okay, that's important. So it's not totally worthless, just fundamentally misrepresented in its core claims. Right, let's switch gears slightly. Let's talk about those clinical test claims. Our source mentioned something like up to 127% improvement in under-eye volume. That sounds incredibly precise, almost suspiciously precise, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. That kind of exactness, up to 127%, especially for something as, well, subjective and variable as under-eye volume, that should immediately set off your skepticism detector. It's a classic marketing move, especially when they don't provide the full study details, the methodology, the conditions.
Yeah, why is that kind of number, especially for volume, so suspect? What should people look out for?
Well, several things. First, that up to qualifier. It often means they're cherry-picking the best result from maybe just one person in the test group under perhaps very specific, maybe ideal conditions. It's not the average result across everyone. Second, without seeing the actual study, was it peer-reviewed? Published, we don't know key details, like how many people were in the study? 5, 50, 500. Makes a huge difference. How long did they use the product? A week, 6 months. And how do they measure volume? Was it, with precise instruments? Or was it just people saying, yeah, I think it looks better? A self-assessment. A really robust clinical study gives you all that info methods, sample size, duration, average results, statistical significance, independently verified data. Without that transparency, a number like 127% improvement in under-eye volume, which fluctuates based on sleep, hydration, salt intake, it's hard to take it at face value.
Right. It makes you wonder about all the variables. It really sounds like using scientific-sounding language to imply proof where there might not be much. Okay, so after this pretty deep dive into the Dr. Melaxin Calcium Multi Balm, what's the final takeaway for you, our listener, when you're standing in that skincare aisle faced with all these claims.
Yeah, I think essentially what you're getting here is a perfectly decent eye balm. It's got good moisturizers, good barrier support ingredients, macadamia oil, the shea butter, the hyaluronic acid we talked about. It will likely make your under eye area feel smoother. It will probably make it look more hydrated. And that hydration can temporarily plump up fine lines, make them look less obvious. That's what good moisturizers do. But this functional moisturizer is wrapped up in what the source rightly called pseudoscientific calcium marketing.
But as for actually rebuilding bone structure or acting like cement for collagen,
Yeah, that's still, as the review so bluntly put it, weapons-grade nonsense. If your goal is truly effective under-eye care, something that goes beyond just surface hydration, long-term collagen building, really tackling fine lines, improving skin texture, then you really need to stick with ingredients that have solid, independent clinical evidence behind them. Things like retinoids proven to boost collagen and speed up cell turnover, certain peptides, the signaling ones that talk to your skin cells, well-formulated antioxidants. These have known mechanisms that actually align with biology. So don't let fancy patented names or these really out-there claims fool you into thinking your face needs geological reinforcement. Your bones are fine, and frankly, your wallet deserves better investments based on actual science.
wow, what an illuminating journey into these audacious skincare claims. It really is a powerful reminder, isn't it? Even when a product has some genuinely good stuff inside, the marketing can just take it to a place that science absolutely does not support. Twisting how things work, overstating benefits.
It really does. It just underscores the need for all of us to be critical thinkers. Always question the big flashy claims, especially the ones that sound almost too good to be true, and look for that solid, transparent evidence. Understand how they claim it works and ask yourself, does that actually make biological sense?
So for your final thought today,
Yeah.
think about how often this kind of misdirection happens.
Yeah.
Not just in skincare, but everywhere, right? In lots of consumer products. What questions might you ask yourself next time you see a product boasting patented technology and making these huge, sweeping claims? Especially ones that promise to fundamentally change your body's structure. What deeper info could you look for to really separate the science from the sales pitch? Keep learning, keep questioning, and definitely join us next time for another deep dive.